Hey Crosswatchers for Leo, welcome to your general September cross-watching edition video. This is specifically geared towards not Leos, but people who are watching because they're curious about a Leo in their life. So if you're a Leo on here watching, you're welcome to stay. But keep in mind, these are still general readings, so the same general reading thing applies. It may resonate, it may not. Also, your person may not be on my channel watching for videos, or your person may not be into tarot, so there's that aspect of it as well. But we're going to check out and see what is going on here for people cross-watching for Leo. This is done in the energy of high vibration to bring about good for all involved, including Leo. We don't throw shade, we don't spill tea, we don't wish bad on this channel. This is not spying. This is to bring about beneficial for everyone. Okay, one more shuffle here. There we are. So cross-watchers for Leo. I'm getting the number 10 right off the bat. So there's something really significant that's coming to completion in Leo's life and in Leo's energy today. Not today, but like in September in this reading. So let's see. Oop, well, here it is. Boom. Right off the bat, here's my answer to what that means. We have Ace of Cups coming up as the first card here. Ace of Cups is a thing about like new relationships, and sometimes it can be a reconciliation, but it's just being in your joy, being in your passion. It could also indicate a new home. Some of you may have a Leo that, I was going to say Libra. Some of you may have a Leo that is like getting settled into a new home, or getting, figuring out where home is going to be, or something along those lines. But usually, Ace of Cups is very happy, fulfilling, very loving energy. Now, I'll tell you why I was like, oh, that makes sense why I saw 10. Ace of Cups has a very special meaning for me as a tarot reader. It has a little bit different meaning for me than it does maybe for some other people. For me, when I see Ace of Cups in a reading, it means that somebody is coming into a really big energy shift. And this is just something I've seen over the years. It's not written in a book. I can't prove it. It's just what I've seen in my readings. We all go through this cycle where we have a lot of pain. We have karmic soulmates. Maybe your Leo was caught up with a karmic soulmate or something toxic for a while, or whatever. They were just living an unhappy life. But we all have this thing where we keep getting hurt, and then one day we're like, you know what? Okay, angels, guides, universe, God, whoever you're calling out to, you're just like, you know what? Enough. Enough is enough. I'm done. I've learned my lesson. I'm never going to make this mistake again. I'm never going to ignore red flags again. I'm done feeling this way. I don't want to feel this way anymore. And we just say enough is enough. When we come into that energy, we make a new contract with the universe. We say that I don't need pain to teach me anymore. Pain will no longer be my motivator. And so we come into a new energy where it's like, now the universe is like, okay, you're ready to learn and have positive lessons. Okay, so you start to learn through good things, achievements, happiness, people who are treating you good in a relationship, healthy relationships, things of that nature. So to see Ace of Cups right off the bat, I feel crosswatcher like a lot of you are dealing with a Leo that's finally learned some really big lessons, and they're ready to receive, and they're ready to be happy, and they're ready to live their life in a way that is going to be, in their passion, okay? So that's good. That's good energy. Oh, see, and here's the next thing. I cannot think of two cards that sum up that 10 energy more than Ace of Cups and the Death card. Okay, so my darlings, my dears, this is a major arcana card. So major arcana cards come up when we're at a really significant crossroads. And people get freaked out when they see this card. But it's not because something bad is meant to happen or that it's something sad. In fact, I've said this in other readings. The Death card has always come up in my readings or for other people that I've read for before something really good happens. And so this is saying that the old way of being is over. whatever kind of, with that 10 of Cups, they're making that realization, and then they're like, you know what, I'm letting go of what people are expecting me to be, or I'm letting go of what people are telling me I should be, and they're coming into that authentic energy. The Death card is also, believe it or not, a card for Scorpio, okay? Scorpios are seen as the Death card, or represented by the Death card in the tarot, because they're a sign of rebirth. They're a sign of transformation. Okay, Scorpios get a bad rap, and I know because I'm a Scorpio, and I see all of the anti-Scorpio comments, and this could be an indication that some of you are dealing with a Leo that may have Scorpio in their chart, and that might be conflicting sometimes, or they might be balancing that out, but it's coming in a way to help them or refine them, and so they might be in some Scorpio traits or tendencies. They may be pulling away. They may be coming off a little mysterious. You may be a Scorpio dealing with a Leo. Now, if you go online and if you do a search, you're going to find lots and lots and lots of things that say, oh, you know, Scorpio and Leo can't be together, or they're so bad for each other. And I've said this in the past, you know, it depends on how mature the two people are. It depends on where they are on their spiritual path and how much they're willing to make something work. I don't believe that you can say, you know, this sign can't be with that sign. There's so many factors to it. Even astrologically, there's so many factors to it, because you're not just one sign. You have all the signs in your chart, and it depends on what is where, right? But more than that, it depends on how mature you are, how willing you are to make something work. So you, Crosswatcher, may be a Scorpio, and you may be like, oh, I feel really pulled towards this Leo, and I feel like this Leo's into me, but I'm reading all this stuff and it's telling me Scorpio and Leo can't be together. I don't know. And this card is coming up as a confirmation for you that you all have met for a reason. You all have met for a reason. Okay, there's a reason why you all have met. In fact, it may have come up in either Leos or Scorpios, or maybe both of their love readings for September, because I do love readings for each zodiac sign. This is more for the Crosswatchers. I don't remember, but I think in the September love video it did come up, and I'm sure one of you or somebody out there has watched it, and you'll be able to tell me if that's the case or not. But I feel like something is happening here where Spirit is wanting some Scorpios and Leo couples out there to know that you can make it work. Okay, you can make it work. You can't get hung up on what one, you know, article on Google search said. So there's a change here coming. There's definitely change here coming. Big changes coming. Okay. And it's interesting because as I'm looking at the card, what's jumping out at me, like this thing here, these shadows or these crags, these rocks off in the distance, in between those clouds, it almost looks to me like rain pouring off of the roof of a house. And I feel like your Leo means business. I feel like your Leo has weathered some storm. And they're like rising above it. Like, is that all you got? Like, they're so determined to live their life a new way. And you may be a part of that, Crosswatcher. You may be a big part of that. Okay. Next is the Wheel. Another major Arcana card. Oh my goodness gracious. This is getting big here. This is getting big. Because like I said, the major Arcana cards come up at big crossroads and when you all have a soul contract and a reason for meeting, okay? So for me, soul contract with the Death card says that neither of you are going to be the same after meeting each other. There's a rebirth. There's a new way of going into life. The Wheel card tells me that another part of the contract is about movement, moving forward. Maybe both of you were feeling kind of stagnant in life, and maybe just something about you all connecting, regardless of whatever sign you are, whether you're Scorpio or something else. But when you connected with Leo, it activated something in both of you. Both of you maybe kind of woke up, or both of you maybe felt this strong connection, right? And so it came into moving forward, taking action, right? Coming out of that stuck energy. No more of the same old, moving forward. So the wheel is movement, movement. So if you're already involved in this, Leo, and you all were stuck, you guys may be deciding to just, you know, quash something. Like just squash it. Be done with it. It's done. Let's put it behind us. Let's move forward in the new energy now. Next is, 9 of Wands. So this is going to apply in a couple of different ways. And I know some people don't like that I go over the different ways, but you have to keep in mind this is a general reading. And so it's going to be different for different ones of you. With the 9 of Wands, this is something coming up that's telling us that some struggle, some battle, you're almost done. You're almost there, right? When I got 10, so maybe 10 is going to happen in September. Maybe Leo or maybe you guys are not at 10 yet. You're at 9, okay? And you're going to get to 10. You're going to get to completion. Something is coming close to completion. And 9 of Wands says, you're almost there. Don't give up. You're almost there. Don't give up. And you know what else 9 of Wands is saying is that every single one of these wands here is somebody who came up and challenged him. And he accepted the challenge and he fought them off and he won. And he stuck the wand behind him. In most tarot decks, when you see 9 of Wands, the guy's beat up pretty bad. He's got a bandage around his head. Sometimes some decks will have his arm in a sling. So you're like, oh, wow, he's been through something. And the symbolism there is that he has fought. He has taken, the blows, and he's in this energy now where, like, he's learned and he's on the lookout. And 9 of Wands wants you to know that you may have gone through some stuff and Leo may have gone through some stuff, but there's nothing that you all haven't been through that would be new. Like, nobody can come at you with anything you haven't already seen. So as long as you're learning from those red flags, like we talked about in Ace of Cups, as long as you're allowing yourself to learn from your experiences, you don't have to be afraid going into the relationship. You don't have to be afraid moving forward because you already know what to look out for so that you can say, nope, this is where the ride stops if you need to. So Crosswatcher, this could be more of a message for you more than Leo. Like, you already know what to look out for. So if you see things that aren't so great, you can nip it in the bud right there. You don't have to be so afraid to give somebody a chance because you know what to look out for. And if something doesn't feel right to you, and if your spidey senses start tingling in a bad way, you know it's not a good situation. But you don't know if you don't try, right? Something I really want to clarify here because I feel like it needs to be said. It's based off a comment somebody left on one of my videos like a year ago when I first started doing videos, and it freaked me out. So I need to say this. If you are dealing with a Leo you have not yet met or you don't know that well, and I'm saying give it a chance and you can rely on your experience and don't be afraid and go for it. This does not mean go for it in an unsafe way. This does not mean, go to a country you've never been to before all by yourself to meet somebody for the very first time in like a isolated location. Or it doesn't mean, you don't know somebody and they're inviting you over, go to their house. Please don't do that. Please, please, please don't do that. If this is not someone you know well and you don't know in real life, don't put yourself in situations that are not safe. Don't put yourself in situations where there aren't going to be people around. Meet people in a public place. Meet people during a safe time of day or a safe time of evening. Do things in a way where you're watching out for yourself. So I cannot stress that enough, guys. Please, please, please use your judgment. Don't go into everything overly trusting. It's sad I have to say it, but I have to say it, okay? But 9 of Wands, it's just saying you don't have to be so afraid. Another thing too, when we're talking about timing and things almost being done, what's jumping out at me that I've never really noticed about this card before, even though I've used this deck a lot of times, we've got the ivy that's climbing up here. This almost makes me feel like he's been standing a long time. Like plants are starting to grow and wrap around his wand here. So this makes me feel like a lot of you cross-watchers have a lot of time invested with this Leo. And you're like, this is a long time coming, Leo. Like, this is a long time coming. So some of you have been through a lot and you're like, oh, but then this is like, it's almost at completion. You're almost at 10. The next card here is Page of Pentacles. So there could be a factor here having to do with a child, because sometimes the pages signify children, okay? And it could be you, not that you're a child, hopefully. If you're a child and if you're under 18, you should not be, you know, dating people over 18. You know, please don't do that. At least, yeah, please don't do that. But it could be that some of you are taking a significant... and to clarify, when I said it could be you, not that you're a child, what I was going to say is you may be dealing with a Leo that's older than you, significantly older than you, or you may be dealing with a Leo that just kind of has more experience in life than you do. Maybe some of you are dealing with a Leo that's been around the block a few times, and that no shame, nothing wrong with that. But, you know, you might not have had the same experiences, and so you may be a little bit more inexperienced compared to them going into the relationship. So that could be a factor that you guys are having to work on or balance. Like, you all need to meet each other halfway, because experiences make us look at things a different way, have different opinions about things. So there could be something there where you guys are finding a balance or meeting in the middle. But for other ones of you, this could have to do with a child. And it doesn't have to be like a little baby. It could be a teenager. It could be a grown child, a college age or something. But I feel something might be happening where maybe you've been with this Leo a long time and now they're finally ready kind of like to take you around friends and family, or to introduce you to children, or vice versa, Crosswatcher. Maybe you were wanting Leo to be more involved in your, like, you know, personal life, and maybe they were just like, I don't know if I want to meet your kids just yet. Nothing personal. It's a big step. I don't know if I'm there yet. So I think something might be happening for some of you, or either you're meeting each other's kids, or you're having each other's kids meet each other. Like, if you have kids and they have kids, there may be something happening with some kind of blending. And this might be why the relationship has taken so long. You know, you both may have been in an energy where you've just been like, I've really got to take this slow, and it's not just me, and there's kids involved, and I got to think about them and their stability. So if that's the case, good job for you that you're thinking about those things, and you're wanting to do things in a way that you feel are going to be best. So, you know, that's all great. Some of you, though, maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you really like this Leo, but you're like, I don't know if I want to bring them around my kids yet. Or I don't know if I want to meet their kid yet. You know, I've done that before. Maybe I rushed into it. I don't want to do that again. But I do feel for some of you, there's a factor here with children. I'm not going to say it's complicating the relationship, because I don't feel like it's an issue. I don't feel it's a problem, but it is a factor in the relationship and in the way that it's moving forward, okay? It's going to be different for different ones of you. These are general readings. Some of you, I don't want you to panic. Like, if you're like, oh my goodness, does this Leo secretly have a kid and they haven't told me? No, it doesn't. That part of the reading might not apply to you, but I just got that sense and that feeling from this card, and it might apply to other people. So keep that in mind. These are general readings, okay? You may want to watch the love readings for September. There's a link in the description that'll take you to those. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you, my darlings. If you click on the Calendly link in the description of the video, it will take you to schedule a private reading with me. And don't forget, guys, you know, Crosswatcher, love video, all that's up every single month. But every single week, I do a video just for you guys, just for the zodiac signs, about finances, career, family life, spirituality, because healing, you know, I don't want people to be so hung up on love life that they forget about themselves. Yes, love is important. Relationships are important. It's a part of being human. It's a beautiful thing, but don't forget all the other beautiful parts of life. And so that's why every week I like to focus on that stuff. So be sure that you're taking advantage and watching those videos too. Thank you guys for, commenting, subscribing, sharing. If you are curious about which cards I used, I always have a link in the description that'll take you to the cards too if you want info on those. And again, my darlings, thank you so very much. I am wishing you a fabulous September.